Hey everyone, I am outside of IKEA and today I'm going to be having all of my meals, so that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner at this glorious institution, let's call it that. So right now it is 9:45. I think the restaurant has been open for around 15 minutes, so let's go and get some breakfast. Oh, foreshadow, that's going to be for dinner. Okay, here's what I got for breakfast. It is the medium breakfast. It was only like $6, which is honestly pretty impressive. We have, of course, scrambled eggs, some bacon, some potatoes, and then I think this is a crepe. Also, beautiful view, of course, of IKEA. But it's honestly, just how they made this area is really nice. Okay, they're blaring music pretty loudly, so I'm a little nervous. I don't want to get copyright, striked or whatever. So far, the eggs, definitely powdered eggs, but honestly not that bad. Still tastes nice. A little watery, but not weirdly watery. It's kind of like a little, not tough, but it has that toughness versus regular eggs or whole eggs, you could say. Bacon, your standard bacon, not really thick, just the thin stuff. Not very crispy either, but it tastes good still. Nothing bad there. Potatoes themselves, nicely cooked, but they have a kind of oily taste that you get, when you fry potatoes. It very much feels kind of like McDonald's in a way. So it's okay. I do really like the lingonberry jam, especially because there's no maple syrup. It tastes really good together, and the crepes are really good though. Not tough, but definitely not super delicate, but still tastes really nice, and still pretty great quality for just being out there, and it has the nice butteriness of crepes that I really like. So as a whole, I definitely give this a solid I would probably 6-7 out of 10. I think that it's really solid, and especially for the price, it's definitely really great. But again, I don't think you're not expecting high quality 5-star restaurant food here, but again, for the price, the quality is not that bad. Again, just don't expect this going to be some breakfast place. It still is a food court. Okay, so my rating for this meal is number 1 would be the crepes, number 2 would be the bacon, then the potatoes, and then finally the eggs. So those are my order when it comes to my breakfast. Okay, I am back. It is around 1:19 in the afternoon. I am quite hungry. I was quite full after breakfast, but it's been a few hours. I did some work, so I'm feeling pretty optimistic and excited for lunch. So far, so good. Okay, so it is super busy in here. I'm not even sure you can hear me, so this is a little more incognito. I got some mac and cheese and some chicken tenders, and then french fries and some of the strawberry shortcake, so let's see how it tastes. Okay, so thoughts so far, this is honestly the best. It's nice and fresh. I think because there's so many people, they're really just rotating all this food really quickly. So this was super fresh, nice and moist. Not an all dry or stale or whatever. It tasted really good. I think last time I had this, it was not as stale. It was not as fresh or moist. So this is very good. French fries. Thankfully they have my favorite. Actually no, my favorite is battered French fries, but this is so really nice. Nice and crispy, with nice and soft inside, so it's been good. But they're very much a classic French fries. Mac and cheese was not good. I'm gonna still eat it because I paid for it, but it just wasn't really that great. It had that artificialness to it, but it wasn't like mac and cheese. There's something also weirdly different about it. I can't really tell. It was artificial, but not in that comforting artificial way. It was weird. Yeah, I didn't really like that much. Chicken tenders, they were good. Not really dry. Not really, moist or whatever either. But the problem is, I feel like they were a little bit overcooked on the crust because it tasted a little bit, not super burnt, but just a tiny hint of burntness, which I'm not a big fan of. Thankfully, I've been dunking them in this honey mustard and ranch, which has been really good. So far, I think as a whole, this whole meal is probably, I want to say, probably a 4 or 5, depending on what you're thinking. This is pretty good, above average, but definitely below average. This is kind of pushing down the score a lot. I have to say, this was all $11. So again, IKEA is definitely winning in the price range section. But again, they are just slinging it out there. There is a huge line even now. But I was surprised because it's the week or so before school starts, and this IKEA is next to, I think, 3 universities, so there's a lot of students, a lot of parents getting their kids ready to go off to college. So not surprised it's super busy, but still very busy. Also Saturday, but that's my thoughts so far of the food, and yeah. Okay, so my lunch rating is number 1 would be the strawberry shortcake, then the French fries, then the chicken tenders, and then finally that mac and cheese. But honestly, an honorable mention will go to the honey mustard and the ranch, and honestly the ketchup too, because the fact that they just give that out, you can make how much as you want, is pretty great. It is pretty high quality sauces, so big honorable mention for those two. Those are my lunch rankings. Okay, everyone, it's quite, wow, I just looked right into the sun. It is right now, let's see, a solid 6:39, so a little closer to closing time than I hoped, but it's okay. We're still here. I had a nap, which is why. I have to say I did kind of eat a lot at lunch, so I definitely just went home and just collapsed on bed and just had a long nap. But we are back and I'm ready for my last meal of the day. So far feeling good. I had to say lunch almost broke me. I'm still feeling good. Okay, so for our final meal, of course, I'm going very classic. I'm getting the Swedish meatball dinner, and then I want to get the chocolate layer cake thing they had, but I think they're closing, in an hour or so they only had these left. Okay, so first things first, this was really good. I'm not really sure what it was. It was like a fudge brownie situation, but as you can see, I definitely ate it all up. It was delicious. As always, I really do like the meatballs. Nice and juicy on the inside, not really crunchy on the outside, but again, just not overcooked, very tender. I'm pretty sure these potatoes are definitely, from the box, they're mixed. They're not, freshly made mashed potatoes. But personally, they're okay. I definitely have to say that I am not very picky about potatoes. I really like potatoes no matter what, so I really like them. And the peas were the peas, but they were still good. They weren't mushy or weirdly cooked or undercooked or overcooked. So as a whole, very good. I definitely say that this is all together. I'm gonna give this probably a 9 out of 10 meal. I really liked it. And last but not least, my dinner rankings. So number 1 would be the chocolate fudgy cake thing. Very good. Big fan of that. Number 2 would be the Swedish meatballs. 3, probably the gravy. I really love that gravy. Then the peas, and then finally the mashed potatoes. And that would be my dinner rankings. Okay, so I have finished having my 3 meals at IKEA. I have to say I am quite full. Quite full. I ate almost 5,000 calories, which is kind of insane because I'm 5'1" and I usually only eat 1,300 or so. So that's a lot, but I'm feeling good still. I'm not feeling I'm gonna throw up yet. But more or less, my thoughts. As a whole, this has been a really fun experience, of course. I love just how IKEA is set up. I think it's a beautiful space. I know that's a little bit whatever, but it is a nice vibe to eat in. I definitely find the fact that they're actually not known for their food, they're known for their furniture. It's kind of just a separate side. It's kind of cool. As a whole, also just the pricing is amazing. I spent I feel $20 on my meal, and I spent for my mom and for me, so it was really great. When it comes to ranking, of course I've ranked them all throughout the day, but I think my top ranks, I would definitely say that honestly dinner was what I would say is a perfect meal. Having the Swedish meatballs, the cake, and honestly that was it. Really great. After that, honorable mentions is that crepe was really good, and then that strawberry shortcake was also really nice. The rest was just kind of just whatever. But as a whole, that has really been, my experience. It's been really fun. It's also kind of crazy. I've been here 3 times. I feel I'm very familiar with IKEA now. But as all, so again, enjoy myself, and yeah, love IKEA. But that's really all for me. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.